Next level yogis, this week we're going to work on flying pigeon or ekapada Galavasana. I want to introduce the concept of the vayus to you. In yoga philosophy, or in Sanskrit, the word vayu means wind. In this particular area of yoga philosophy, the vayus refer to energetic movement. And there are 5 vayus. I don't want to get too far into the weeds into this, but I think it would be helpful for you to have a bit of understanding about these things. So for example, apana vayu means downward moving energy or downward force. And these vayus are said to govern specific parts of our bodies. So apana vayu governs the lower half of our body and our digestive system. So it makes sense. Downward moving force, excretory process, digestion, all of that kind of makes sense. So when we apply that to our asanas, we might want to think of a posture like tree pose, where we're grounding into the earth with a supporting leg. Now these vayus work, again, I just gave you an example of one. There are 5. They correspond to different parts of the body, different moving energy. They work together with each other, in combination with each other. So in tree pose, we may have some downward movement and we may have some ascending movement as well. This week, I want us to kind of concentrate on Vyana Vayu, which actually means energy moving from the center outward. And I think it's particularly important in ekapada Galavasana because if we don't project energy outward through our back leg, the posture is over. It really can't happen. And I think it's important in our daily lives, as always, when we try to relate these yogic concepts to our daily life, it's important the kind of energy we project. Do we project strong, vibrant energy that moves away from us, that moves out into the world from us? Or do we project, energy that's kind of wimpy or hesitant or, lacks confidence? And I think that when we start to think about some of these things, they really can help us find the proper energy we need in our asanas. So today this week, again, we're going to work on this flying pigeon. We're also going to work on Kundalini, and maybe next week we'll combine them. So flying pigeon. We start from a figure 4, and we worked on this last week. It was in our sequence. So we'll take a figure 4, somewhere in the sequence at the end of the second flow, we'll get here. Figure 4, hands to the heart, we're gonna sink it down. Hands come to the mat, we hook the foot on the tricep. So opposite foot, opposite tricep, we put the knee on the elbow, shift it forward. We begin to lift the back leg, and there we go. We project that energy through that back leg, really, really shooting it through. So that is our flying pigeon. If you do not remember Kundalini, it's our flying, this one. We're going to work our shoulder. We did this last week as well. Work our shoulder underneath our knee. Come to the ball of that foot, whatever side you're working on. We begin to extend the leg forward, shift it forward, and find some lightness. Engage that posterior chain and lift the back leg. So both of those arm balances will appear in the sequence. Do you have to do them? No, absolutely not. But it's a good opportunity to start to practice. Even if it's just working the shoulder underneath the knee, or even if it's just working that, that figure 4. If in fact, next week, if in fact, or the week after next, you want to start to think about combining them, we move from a figure 4, let's see what can happen today. Hands to the ground, hook the foot on the tricep, shift it forward. Begin to find that extension. Moving slowly, I come back through center and begin to shift. So, again, it's energy moving away from my body. We'll talk about it more, but if you want to start to give these things a shot at home, feel free to shoot me a text if you have any questions. But it really is about getting that foot on the tricep for the flying pigeon. Maybe you don't extend the leg to start out with. Maybe you just catch that. And in Kundalini, it's about getting the shoulder underneath the knee and then starting to project that energy away from the body. So I hope this helps. Look forward to seeing you on Monday.